Good evening, trustees, staff, members of the public, students, educators. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining this evening for the May 6, 2025 public board meeting. This meeting is called to order. Together with us tonight, we have in person with Trustee Cindy Liang, Trustee Estelle Cohen, Trustee Nadim Mahmood, Trustee Dr. Elizabeth Sinclair, Indigenous student Trustee Natalia, student Trustee Hayden Lai, student Trustee Mathuson, Vice Chair McCarthy, Trustee Ron Lin, Trustee Carolyn Butterworth, Trustee Jenny Chin, Trustee Ed Law, and Trustee Michael Chin. And online joining us, we have Trustee Melanie Wright and Trustee Robert Kolosowski. So we have everybody with us this evening. We will move along to the land acknowledgement. At this point, I'd like to pass the following time to Trustee Butterworth.
Thank you very much, Chair, and what a beautiful day to share this land acknowledgement on. So we affirm that we are all treaty people and acknowledge that the York Region District School Board is located on the lands of 2 treaties. These treaties have been signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the First Nations of the Williams Treaties, who are the Mississaugas of Alderville, Curve Lake, Hiawatha, Scugog Island, and the Chippewas of Beausoleil, Rama, and Georgina Island, who is our closest neighbor and partner in education. To honor this agreement, we will take up our responsibility to be respectful of their traditions, knowledge, and inherent rights as sovereign nations. We will respect their relationship with these lands and recognize that our connection to this land is through the continued relationship with these First Nations. And we acknowledge our shared responsibility to respect and care for the land and waters for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Butterworth, for the land acknowledgement. Truly appreciate. Yes, I agree. This is a very beautiful day that we come together in this land, and we are going to recognize all the great work. Moving along, a video of the student performing the Canadian National Anthem will be shared. Please stand if you're able to. And I'd like to give special thanks to Lake Wilcox Public School and their team, the Illumina. Is a group of special students that they are going to perform the Canadian National Anthem for us.
One, two, three, 4. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we sing and rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
You may be seated. The agenda is on our agenda package, page 1 to 2. Without objection, the agenda as written shall be adopted. Is there any objection, Trustee? Seeing none, without objection, the agenda is approved. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to ask any trustee who have a direct personal interest or direct or indirect pecuniary interest in any matters being discussed by the board during this meeting to unmute your microphone and state the conflict and nature thereof. Hearing none and seeing none online, thank you very much. The chair at this point would like to recognize Vice Chair McCarthy to rise and report from the private session.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to rise and report the following recommendation and move its adoption without objection. That the York Region District School Board receive the minutes of the April 29, 2025 Governance and Board Organization Committee meeting for information.
Thank you, Vice Mayor McCarthy. Without objection, the recommendation shall be adopted. Is there objection? Any objection, trustees? Seeing none, thank you very much. The recommendation are adopted. Moving along to our very, very great session that we're looking for, applause. We'll move on to the next agenda item, applause. During applause, each month at a public board meeting, we recognize the significant achievement and contribution of students, staff, educators at the public board. Recognition of achievement is based on criteria set out in the board awards policy. At this time, the chair would like to introduce tonight's first recipient. Would Faraz Sulaiman please come forward to the front of the room, please? And look at that. Okay. I'd like to give a background if you have not read the news. Faraz is a teacher at Parkville Public School. He has an honor with the 2025 Building Leaders Award, a recognition given to teachers who have profoundly shaped a student growth as leader in the community. Faraz was nominated for this award by his former grade 7 student, Sydney Shaw, a university student and Lauren Scholar. Teachers Building Leaders Award nominations are submitted by graduating Lauren Scholars who are invited to show gratitude to their teachers, elementary or secondary, who provide early inspiration, guidance, and growth opportunities, and who help shape the trajectories of their lives. The nominating Lauren Scholar celebrates each teacher recipient at a local certificate presentation, which happened. Reflecting on their time at Parkville Public School, Sydney recalled how Faraz helped them discover and nurture their strength at the teacher supervisor for the school audiovisual cabinet. Faraz noticed Sydney's talent for photography and encouraged them to take action shots and school events, an interest that they would carry into university. Faraz also gave Sydney their first leadership opportunity, guiding them as they took on the role as cabinet minister. Faraz views education as a means of shaping critical thinkers, fostering empathy, and creating environments where students feel empowered and to grow. You see success as a measure of student growth and ability to apply what they have learned in a meaningful ways. Faraz received his award from Sydney during a presentation at Parkville Public School, February 2025. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I would like to applaud Faraz for your work to support student achievement and well-being, and on receiving this recognition from the Lauren Foundation. Congratulations. Joining us tonight, I just also want to call upon a few exceptional individuals, the colleagues that we have with us tonight, Carrie Housen, Lisa Krubeck, apologize for my pronunciation, I try my best, Madeline McShine, Brainy Wells, Monica Dugra. We also have Administrator Joyce Vickers and Vice Principal Joanne Sue, and also former principal of the school, Calvin Cole. Please come forward, and also like to have the local trustee at law to come forward to a congratulation, please. Thank you. Please come to the center of the horseshoe. Please come to the center of the horseshoe. Thank you. All the guests and local trustee, please come to the front of the horseshoe for a picture of memory. Yes, everybody. Such a big team of support coming together. Congratulations. The vice chair always like to offer an opportunity to see if the recipient like to say a few words. Sorry for putting you on the spot. Yeah.
I would just want to start by saying, I know this is an individual applause recognition, but really it's a team effort. Nothing that I do is without my colleagues. We do everything together. We think, we talk, we challenge each other. We make sure that we have a great program for our students. We get feedback from the students. We try to change things to make them better every year. And we do the best that we can. So this was unexpected, but it's really a representation of all the work that all educators do. So it's not about me, it's about everybody as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you and congratulations, Faraz, for your achievement and making all of our students feel affirmed and able to achieve best of their ability. Also aligned with our very current multi-year strategic plan, student achievement, student well-being, and inclusive education. So thank you again, congratulations. Next, we would like to recognize McLeod's Landing Public School Instrumental Band. Before we invite them to the front of the room on the horseshoe, let's watch this video that will showcase us their musical talents. Thank you.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3.
My name's Deborah Kay. I'm the music teacher for the entire school, pretty much, but I'm also the instrumental music teacher for the students in grades 5 through 8.
Well, I'm a trombone player.
I play clarinet and piano.
I play the piano, the trombone, and cultural instruments.
We perform a lot of different kinds of music. We play pop, concert, jazz, classical rock, a lot of different kinds of music.
My absolute favorite piece to play is Superstition.
We mostly focus on concert and jazz pieces. And my personal favorite this year is Uptown Funk.
We always do a concert in December, and then we do one again in May. That's coming up. We practice at least 8 hours a week, for sure.
Well, we're a big team. We just, Miss Kay is our leader, and then she is the person that kind of keeps us all together. She's like the glue.
We have a song called Rhythm Stand, and it's personally one of my favorites. And it's really like rhythmic, and we use like everyday instruments in our lives, like a pencil to just like tap on our stands to like blend with the instruments to create like a more unique sound. Our pencils actually get more battered up, and it's been really funny to see each person just like show off their old pencils.
If I were to take you back to the Kiwanis Festival,
It was my first time competing at Kiwanis earlier this year, and I was very nervous when I heard that there was going to be a judge that was going to be listening to our performance. I was practically like super scared, and when I sat down, everything just came to me, and I knew that our band was going to be great because we had an amazing conductor. When we started playing, we were awesome.
I remember everyone was frozen after we were done playing. It felt like their heart was frozen, and everyone was holding their breath until the judge says, "Take a breath. You did it." It felt amazing.
To earn platinum was like a really like great experience. I've like never won like an award in band together before.
And when we won platinum, I didn't really know what that was at first, but then I realized that it was better than gold.
It felt great. At first, it's crazy, and you just wonder, did we deserve it? Did we not deserve it? What happened? And then you look back at the recordings, and you just can't stop listening to them. Well, it was, first of all, surprising, but it was also really satisfying to know that 5 months of hard work and dedication came in and got us one of the highest rewards possible.
And I was so grateful for Miss Kay, our director, because she put all this hard work into us, and I was so thankful for myself and the whole band because we worked very hard for this moment of getting this award.
I was really proud of myself and my fellow band members because we truly dedicated a lot of time and it paid off.
So we have nationals that's coming up, and I'm really nervous, just like I was for Kiwanis, but nationals is like way bigger of a deal.
A little stressed, but I know that our band is gonna do great because we have been practicing a lot, doing a lot of work to be better as individuals and as a team.
I've had kids come back in high school and they'll say the best experience that they had in all of their elementary school years was being part of the band and going to nationals.
The band helped me make a lot of new friends because the band is just so inclusive and it's a great community.
I love the kids every year.
Our band is filled with amazing individuals that have the passion for music, and it unites us all.
Although we play different instruments, when we play together, we all create one harmony.
I'm really lucky. I'm retiring this year, so I'm really excited about that, but I know I'm gonna bawl my eyes out on that last day.
I'm just so thankful for Miss Kay because she's truly amazing and the best music teacher I've ever had.
I've never had a music teacher that's been this dedicated and committed to helping out her students and the band, so thank you for that, Miss Kay.
McLeod's Landing, this is your concert band.
And teacher Deborah, Miss Kay, this is also your concert band. Congratulations. Would teacher Deborah Kay and entire members of the McLeod's Landing Instrument Band please come forward to the horseshoe? Thank you very much. It is a great timing that you're here tonight. I see some tears. This is one of the best. You may reconsidering your retirement. As yesterday was Music Monday when we celebrate school music programs across Canada, tonight we are thrilled to celebrate the musical excellence at McLeod's Landing Public School. It is a very rare opportunity for an elementary to receive the highest platinum level of recognition from Kiwanis. And this accomplishment truly speaks to yours and your family commitments, to the band as well as the excellent instruction that you have received from your teachers, Ms. Kay. After watching this video, it is obviously why McLeod's Landing has such a remarkable success at the Kiwanis Festival. I know that from your sharing above that you are preparing to compete at the Music Fest Nationals in just a week time at York University, and I just want to let you know that you have the entire board at your back to support you and cheer for you. We are all behind you and cheering. We wish you the best of luck at the competition and hope to hear more good news to you. Congratulations to all your success so far and all of your future success. To the student, well done. Thank you very much. And do we have any family member? If you would like to come out for take a picture, please. This is your time. I just want to make sure that any of the family member, teachers from the school, come out and take a picture with your loved ones. No, not the parents taking the picture. The parent taking the picture with your student. Yeah.
Yeah. Come get in the picture. Come get in.
Congratulations. Congratulations to everyone.
Sure, sure.
Yes, we have I thought also.
As
yes.
my fellow teacher has said, it's absolutely a community effort. It's not just about me, it's about all of these amazing kids that I've taught all the years, great administrators, great families. It's all of us. We are a team, and I'm so proud of them. And watching that video was really hard. Because, you know, I am very excited to retire, but I am really going to miss you guys. It's been incredible, and I'm really, really grateful. So thank you to all of you, because it wouldn't happen without you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Teacher Kay, Ms. Kay. You have all your colleagues. You have the administrator, Mr. Rani here as well, and all the families here. All the best to your endeavor in a week time, and good luck to the national at York University next week. Thank you so much again. And I just want to say congratulations to both groups tonight, individuals, for receiving such a great public recognition. And the public board happen once a month at the York Region District School Board. This is one of the things that trustees, and I'm sure that we can speak on behalf of the senior team, this is what we are doing for all the students, to recognize the student ability and ensuring that educators, students, families come in collaboration in making the best success, and one of the best school board across the province. Proud of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you is always never enough, and I always have a Thanksgiving. And this concludes tonight's applause presentation. Thank you to the student, family, staff, administrator who coming tonight to joining us in recognizing this amazing achievement from individuals and groups, students and teachers. You're all welcome to stay for the remainder of the board meeting if you like only. However, a little bit dry. I recognize that we have school tomorrow. I just want to give thanks to all the families and all the administration who make this happen. Wish you a great evening. We'll have a moment of time to say goodbye. We'll pause the meeting briefly so that anyone who would like to head out, have a great evening to all the students. All right, we'll resume to our agenda item. Surely it's a great thing that we can celebrate student success every time in the boardroom. Moving along, we will have special announcement, and we will definitely start with our Heritage Month. Each month, as a school board, district school board, students, staff, and community will celebrate many identities that are represented by the YRDSB student and staff. With students, staff, community members from a wide range of backgrounds in our school and workplaces, we take pride in celebrating the board's diversity by recognizing Heritage Month and days at our board meetings. At this time, the chair would like to begin by recognizing May as Armenian Heritage Month. May is a significant month for the Armenian community. May 28, 1918 is widely celebrated by Armenian people as the day Armenians regained sovereignty over their historical territory. May 28th is one of the most important Armenian holidays, and many parades and festivals take place during this month of May. Armenians first came to Canada in the 1880s. By 1914, approximately 2,000 Armenians has entered Canada and settled primarily in the southern Ontario. Today, there are over 1 million people of Armenian descent who call Ontario home. Almost 6,000 of Armenian descent live here in York Region. During the month of May, we recognize the resilience of the Armenian people and reflect of the history of the Armenian genocide. Armenian Heritage Month is an opportunity to learn about the struggles and the triumphs members of the Armenian Canadians community as they sought freedom, democracy, and human rights. Their pursuit of these values contributed to the strength and diversity of Ontario. The chair at last month have had the opportunity to join at one of the Wednesday at the April 23rd, I have the opportunity to join the Armenian Youth Federation. They held a candlelight vigil at the Forest of Hope at 8 p.m. in Markham. I hope that this is a collective recognition together. And on behalf of the York Region District School Board, I am proud to recognize May as Armenian Heritage Month. Moving along to Trustee Michael Chin.
Thank you, Chair. May, it's also the Asian Heritage Month. It is an opportunity for students, staff, and trustees to explore the history of Asia and celebrate the contribution of these people to the growth of Canada. In 2005, the provincial government designated May as Asian Heritage Month. Here in York Region, there is a large, thriving Asian community that we celebrate through a range of initiatives and programs. As part of our board's commitment to fostering inclusive learning and working environments, YRDSB staff have been working to create innovative and engaging learning opportunities that highlights the rich diversity of Canadians of Asian descent. There has been significant progress by the board to make unique learning opportunities available to staff interested in learning more about Asian identities and history. The board has engaged in collaborative projects with community organizations such as local museums to create educational art exhibits focused on Asian identity. Staff have created podcasts that focuses on the lived experience of Asian students and the needs for identity-affirming spaces and learning opportunities. These are just some examples of the innovative work by educators and staff to celebrate and affirm Asian heritage. Therefore, on behalf of the York Region District School Board, I'm happy to recognize May as Asian Heritage Month. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Michael Chen. We will have Student Trustee Hayden Lai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since 2001, May has been designated as South Asian Heritage Month in Ontario. South Asians make up the largest visible minority population group in Canada, and there is a significant religious, language, and cultural diversity among this community. South Asian refers to individuals who trace their origins back to the Indian subcontinent, such as Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Afghanistan, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. At the York Region District School Board, approximately 16% of our students identify as South Asian as per the Every Student Counts survey. As a result, culturally relevant and responsive teaching about South Asian identities includes recognizing the diversity of South Asian heritages and histories, celebrating the many achievements of Canadians of South Asian descent, and intentionally integrating learning throughout the school year. Later this month, there will be a South Asian celebration at Maple High School that will focus on a unity in diversity. The event will feature a cricket activity, community booths, and a tasting of South Asian foods. On behalf of the York Region District School Board, I'm happy to recognize and support South Asian Heritage Month.
Thank you, Student Trustee Hayden Lai. Moving along, we have Vice Chair McCarthy. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Lynn. I am happy to recognize May as Dutch Heritage Month. Ontario is home to approximately 500,000 Dutch Canadians. Since arriving in the 1890s, Dutch Canadians have been influential in many areas of Canadian life, such as government, education, business, science, arts, sports, and human rights advocacy. May is a historically significant month for the Dutch Canadian community. It was on May 5th in 1945 that the Canadian forces helped liberate the Netherlands from its World War II occupation. May 5th is also a national holiday in the Netherlands, with the memory of the Canadian soldiers who were lost in combat honored at military cemeteries across the Netherlands. In honor of this month, we remember and reflect on the historical bond between ourselves and the people of the Netherlands. On behalf of the York Region District School Board, I am happy to recognize the month of May as Dutch Heritage Month. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair McCarthy. Moving along, we have Trustee Cohen, please.
Thank you, Chair Lynn. This is the time of year when we recognize and celebrate the contributions of Jewish Canadians to our country's history, culture, and identity. In Canada, there are approximately 400,000 Jewish residents. Of those 400,000, approximately 60,000 live here in York Region. Over the years, York Region has become home to a growing Jewish community that has become a hub of Jewish life in the GTA. At the York Region District School Board, approximately 7% of students identify as Jewish. During Jewish Heritage Month, we have the opportunity to learn about the identities of these students, their families, staff, and the broader Jewish community. To support this learning, the network of educators supporting Jewish learners, together with the Inclusive School and Community Services Department, will host a Jewish Heritage Month celebration later this month to honor the contributions of Jewish communities and celebrate Jewish heritage. Also, Langstaff Secondary School is inviting student groups to participate in a learning experience called Periphery, a photographic and film project that highlights the racial and ethnic diversity within Jewish communities in Ontario. These are just some examples of the ways Jewish Heritage Month is honored and celebrated by YRDSB students and staff. On behalf of the York Region District School Board of Trustees, I am proud to support and celebrate May as Jewish Heritage Month. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cohen. Moving along to Trustee Carolyn Butterworth.
Thank you very much. So May is an important month for the people of Poland. May 2nd is the Polish Flag Day and Polish Diaspora Day. On this day, people of Polish descent in Canada and around the world are encouraged to fly the Polish flag. May 3rd marks the anniversary of the adoption of Poland's constitution, which symbolizes Poland's freedom, democracy, and independence. During Polish Heritage Month, we reflect on both the successes and challenges of the Polish community as they have worked for their freedom and democracy. As a board that values diversity and inclusivity, we take this opportunity to recognize and appreciate Polish Canadians within our schools, workplaces, and beyond. On behalf of the York Region District School Board, I'm honored to recognize May as Polish Heritage Month. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Butterworth. At this time, I'd really like to thank my trustee colleagues for recognizing this month, Heritage Month. May is a month filled with significance and celebration for many groups. This community have contributed to the diversity that enriches our school, communities, and workplaces. I join with trustee in celebrating and recognizing Armenian, Asian, South Asian, Dutch, Jewish, and Polish Heritage Month. At this time, I would like to invite any trustee with any special announcement. Please feel free to add your name to the speaker list or just simply just put your hands up if you want to share any local announcement.
No, I can talk about something else.
Trustee Estelle Cohen, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Kirsten Lee, principal of Charlton Public School, was kind enough to invite me to attend a kindness assembly. To describe this initiative, I'll read her memo. Charlton Public School has recently completed a 21 Days of Kindness initiative to inspire kids to lead through care and kindness. The project started with an inspiring opening assembly facilitated by special guest Glenn Marias, who encouraged students to reflect on how kindness impacts others and challenge themselves to perform acts of kindness every day. Throughout the 21 days, students took up the challenge, spreading kindness not only in school, but in the community. Charlton students created a vibrant kindness tree, which proudly resides in the school, with leaves representing acts of kindness done by students in every grade. Kindness came alive in many different forms. Kindergarten students learned about giving back and volunteered by preparing snack packages for Out of the Cold, assisting individuals who have unstable access to food. Grade 1-2 students had students recognize other people's kind actions by leaving a note in their kindness jar, confirming their commitment to showing other people respect and compassion. The project culminated in a festive kindness assembly. Students from each class shared how they had spread kindness. In photographs, songs, and speeches, they acknowledged making a positive impact. So this initiative was totally heartwarming and made me realize how important it is to focus on positive behavior and caring about others. I think it made a great difference to bringing the children and staff together in a wonderful common cause. As I left the assembly, several grade 2 students ran to the door to open it for me and thanked me for coming. They certainly learned the meaning of kindness. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trustee Cohen, for your sharing. Yes, kindness is always a welcoming element and essential for our school community. Thank you for sharing that. Very genuine. And any other trustee like to share any local event happenings, please feel free. Okay, Trustee Michael Chen.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So I'd like to announce 2 upcoming events. The first one, it's called the 3rd Annual Shadow of Racism Voice Unheard. It's happening at from YRDSB. The event will happen next Thursday, May 15, 5 p.m. It will be held at Markham Civic Center. And it's about the students from 15 CC East elementary and secondary schools who are there to present their creativity. And the project is in partnership between the school and Alpha Education. Just like previous year, the exhibition will showcase student creativity through art, and it's also an opportunity to elevate excellence through student voices. The second event I'd like to share is the upcoming celebration event from our affinity group called the SEAS, supporting East Asian students. And the event will be happening at the Unionville High School on May 22nd, 6:30 p.m. There will be a lot of cultural music, dance, and performance happening, so invite everyone to join. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Chin, for the sharing. And Trustee Law.
We'll go in that side. First of all, I'd like to share on April 24th, I was very fortunate to be able to participate in a very unique event. It's called the Experiential Art Mentorship Showcase, happening over at Plateau Theater in the city of Markham. I joined 542 students plus their staff, teachers, and all the support staff there for this particular showcase from all different elementary and secondary schools throughout the board. Now, see, these schools, they all each create a performance centered on the theme of home. So they could be ranging from singing, play, dance, whatever they can think of creatively. So there were all the students written, and the student performed, and they all developed through mentorship. York University students mentored these secondary students, and the secondary students mentored the elementary students. Many schools created the performance together, and they traveled on buses and attended workshops together. Now, these kind of relationships cultivate through this mentorship program directly contribute to our students' success and ease the transition from elementary to secondary school. Participation in the program has also significantly increased our students' feelings of matter and belonging. So this is just one of the students' success. And of course, I was very fortunate and very honored to be able to invite to, I think last week's, the Student Success celebration. We have chosen 16 very unique students from our board to celebrate their accomplishment, and also 4 human rights ambassadors from our board. So we're very, very proud of them. Now, also, yesterday morning, I was down at the Toronto Congress Center joining our board elementary students in the Skills Ontario competition. You just see all the kids there. I mean, like they're having so much fun. Now, what I do want to point out though, during the competition, they have all kinds of exhibits and things for students to learn and whatnot. But when I was walking around, I saw a lot of teachers trying out those games and everything, so which is really a very good sign. So that means teachers are now being reached to see skills as an alternative to learning. So I was very, very happy to see that. So sounds like I've been all these activities. I actually do some of the work. I just don't do fun stuff. Okay, so and that's how I want to help the report.
Thank you, Trustee Law, for sharing those excitement, and Trustee Michael Chin for sharing what's upcoming for some of our Heritage Month. And I would like to move forward to Trustee Butterworth.
Thank you. So these are the things that fill our buckets that we get to, go to and be a part of this. So a few things that I attended in the month of April. Just literally, I could walk to this one just down the road. Mount Albert Public School had a gallery night, and the art work that these kids from basically K to 8 did, and that was on display, was just fantastic. And then they had a concert in the gym, and they called it, their strings band, and me naively saying, they have violins at Mount Albert Public School? No, they have a guitar group and ukuleles and so on. So they literally have like a band club, and these kids just were phenomenal. And I've invited them to the Mount Albert Fair now because they're just awesome. So really appreciated being a part of the gallery night. And then I was at the Fringe Drama event at Huron Heights, and their drama club put on like 2 nights of, well, I guess it was an afternoon and evening, and I attended the evening one where the different plays, there were 4 different plays, and a couple of the plays the kids wrote, and the others they performed. But what really impresses me is that the love that these students have and the opportunity that they have to be able to do something that they love and perform, and the support they receive. And I just want to acknowledge that that's, again, what we do. These are the things that we want to celebrate. So I was very pleased to be a part of that and supporting the good things that are happening at our school. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Butterworth. Any other trustee from this side want to share any? No? Okay. Vice Chair McCarthy, your second time, right? Go ahead.
I do enjoy sharing what's going on at the schools, Chair. Thank you. Trustee Butterworth and I had the pleasure of attending Dr. John M. Dennison Spring Market. It was such an enjoyable event to go to. If you haven't got, it's their second annual, and if you haven't gone, I'll be sure to invite you for next year. The school is led by Principal Seiji Urashogo, and his vice principals are Lisa D'Souza and Deborah Ostring. And I say that because every time I would give them a compliment, they would say, no, it's the team, it's the team. So, and I know all of the teachers in the school as well. The spring market took over the whole entire school with, and even outside, there were many local vendors there, and it was even just private moms, you know, selling their bracelets that they made. It was just such a beautiful atmosphere, and it's the second annual. He's going to keep it going. They've had great feedback. It's a great community builder, and I'm really happy to have that in Newmarket, and building of the community is really important, and it starts 1 year at a time, one school at a time. And I should say that the school is also under the superintendent leadership of Farouk Shabar, who is also there, and we had just a great time seeing all the vendors and all the students, of course, who were really excited to be there. And I'll just take this chance to also invite you to a spring concert by Dennison, which is at New Roads Performing Theater in Newmarket on May 26th. So if you're interested to see some beautiful young musicians, I can hook you up with a ticket. So thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair McCarthy. There are a lot of celebration happening in April over the past month, which is truly amazing, that showing our colleagues participating in various level of event throughout our system. And I really feel thankful that the participation from staff, from our trustee members that are able to attend and bring this great news and a good news story back to the board. Since no one is sharing, the chair have had the opportunity to attend a couple of events. Many events, I'll just highlight a few. This is I cannot remember the number of years, the ABC, the Aurora Black Community event, happening earlier, April 11th. The theme of it is called One Love, One Heart. And I find it is, this event is an extension of the celebration of the Black History Month, which I always enjoy very much every year. We have a trustee, with staff member, community leaders come together with some very cultural celebration performance. Our keynote speaker, I cannot remember her name, but I remember that the theme that she's sharing is try to uplift on her biographies, try to uplift a lot of the female leaders within the system to make sure that all of the female leaders have an opportunity to strive for success, leading our community in great works in various areas. This is one event. I will share one more event. This is a learning for me. I have had the opportunity with a humble invite to attend the 187th anniversary of the arrival of the Indians to the West. This is a community representative of many thousands of our Indo-Caribbean, South Asian, and Caribbean Canadian community members who attend this event on annual basis, and they have this commemoration Heritage Day event on Saturday, May the 3rd, just last week at the Vedit Cultural Center just in Markham. So I have had the opportunity to learn about this Indo-Caribbean culture from the Indians on their immigration journey. This is, I continue to learn and explore various fabric of the culture within our community. There are a lot of events, but I encourage we continue to participate and show support to our student, to our community as a district school board. So any last announcement by any of our members before we go on? And it's just truly amazing. This part is always one of the best part in the public board meeting, second to the applause, right? And we appreciate all of that. And thank you for all the staff member, senior leadership team behind the scene to support all this event with the community, our partners, so thank you. Moving along, we will go to our student trustee report. Also, at this time, it is my pleasure to invite all three of our student trustee, Hayden, student trustee Matruson, and Indigenous student trustee Natalia, to provide your student report. I have some good thing to share, but I'm leaving that for you to share. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Director, trustees, staff, students, and members of the public. To begin, we are incredibly grateful to work with the York Region President's Council executive team to make the April student outreach meeting a success. It was a follow-up to our November SOM meeting. We welcomed over 100 passionate students from over 30 of our 33 secondary schools, and we were joined once again by Chair Ron Lin, Director Bill Kober, and Superintendent Grant Fothrop. They emphasized the importance of student engagement and spoke to the students. Additionally, we had Principal Kevin Koh, who led a conversation on artificial intelligence to help inform an AI board framework. The curriculum team also spoke, gathering student input on our homework policy. We are incredibly grateful to our guest speakers that made this possible, as well as our YRPC executive team and YRPC teacher advisors who made this possible. This SOM was especially meaningful, not just for the student voice collected on important board decisions, but because it also marks the first time we have fulfilled the YRPC's constitutional mandate of hosting 2 SOMs in a school year, which is very exciting. We are very excited to build on this momentum with the next YRPC team, and I'm very thankful for the past year with the current YRPC executive team. This brings us to look towards the future. And yesterday, the YRPC elections were announced. Students in grades 9 to 11 are encouraged to run for a position on our board's Student Senate. Students can learn more by checking their school email for details. We are excited to see what that year brings. Finally, this month is an important month for student success and achievement. Later, we will hear from Matusin about the Student Success Awards. We have also had many students from our school board compete at international events at DECA ICDC, the Distributive Education Clubs of America International Career Development Conference, the final round in a competitive international business competition in Florida. As well as this, we've had many students qualify for the HOSA ILC, the Health Occupation Students of America International Leadership Conference, the final round in a healthcare competition in Tennessee. Congratulations to those students who were qualified and won those awards. And also on this topic of student success, I would also like to wish luck to our students in the Advanced Placement Program and International Baccalaureate Program who are completing their exams this month. I know that this can be a very stressful time for those students, and I wish them luck.
In May, I had the privilege of co-emceeing the 2025 Celebrating Student Success and Human Rights Office Ambassador Awards at the Royal Venetian Mansion in Aurora, an unforgettable evening that truly showcased the excellence within our student body. The event brought together trustees, board staff, families, and community members to honor 20 exceptional students whose achievements go far beyond academics. These students are change makers, advocates, leaders who have not only succeeded personally, but also uplifted those around them through their passion, perseverance, and compassion. Celebrating student success in the York Region District School Board is more than about grades. It's about recognizing the students who create inclusive clubs, lead social justice campaigns, mentor peers, advocate for mental health, and step up to solve real challenges in their schools. These students represent the heartbeat of our school board's vision, creating spaces where every learner feels empowered, valued, and seen. 16 were awarded for their outstanding accomplishments in academics, leadership, and community building, while 4 received the inaugural Human Rights Office Ambassador Award. A new distinction gives students championing equity, inclusion, and systemic change. What made this evening particularly special was the care and thought behind the selection process. As student trustees, being a part of this event reminded us the incredible power and influence students hold to shape their schools, their communities, and the world around them. We walked away from that night inspired and proud to be a part of a board that not only hears students, but celebrates them.
To close off our student trustee report for April, I would like to open my segment to recognize the MMIWG2S Plus May 5th National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, Girls, and Two-Spirited People. An important day where we as a board recognize, acknowledge, and show respect to the victims and families of victims who have experienced violence and grieve missing or murdered relatives. This date, also known as Red Dress Day, came from a powerful and influential art project by Métis artist Jamie Black that began at the University of Winnipeg campus in Winnipeg, Manitoba in March of 2011. At this exhibit, over 100 red dresses were hung and displayed across campus that raised awareness about the thousands of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two SLGBTQIA+ peoples that deeply reflect the outbreak of gender and Indigenous-based violence in Canada. These empty red dresses, publicly displayed, were a reminder of those lost to violence. Jamie Black's project sparked many's interest, gaining national and international attention and advocating a movement for change. The Red Dress Project is a call to action, heavily advocated for through the tireless work of the Native Women's Association of Canada, which has been an openly vocal supporter of many important commemoration dates such as Red Dress Day. Having continuous attention to MMIWG2S+ will allow us, together as a board, to honor those lost and to also create a safer environment within and outside of schools for Indigenous students. Supporting and understanding the significance of this day is a group journey as we work together as a community to further acknowledge and speak on this day, along with a few other commemorable dates, such as the annual Strawberry Ceremony on February 14th, often held at the Toronto Police Headquarters, and secondly, the Sisters in Spirit Day, held on October 4th. On May 5th, I attended the Red Dress Day event with York Region and Newmarket, filled with insightful and impactful presentations by guest speakers who shared teachings on the significance of the National Day of Awareness for MMIWG2S+. During this event, an elder performed a prayer to all of the lost spirits that were taken too soon. At the beginning of this event, I was a helper and welcomed guests into the space, greeting them with a tobacco tie and thanking them for attending. While taking time yesterday to set down offerings for Red Dress Day, I was brought back to my ancestral roots on Manitoulin Island, where there are currently active missing cases there. Juanita Miigwans from Chiging First Nation was last seen on October 4th, 2024, walking along Riverside Drive in Chiging, appeared to have none of her own personal belongings on her. I share this story with the hopes that this story will spread the message and allow anyone with any information to submit a tip to the Ontario Provincial Police or to report anonymously. You can submit through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Overall, April has been an eventful month filled with many learning opportunities, student recognition, and student engagement within the board. This concludes our student trustee report. We thank the trustee services team for their support and staff members for their contribution to acknowledging student achievements. We welcome all questions and comments. Thank you, Chimingwech, for your patience and attention.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Natalia, Hayden, and Matruson. Always very inspiring report that you bring update to Board of Trustee from the ground level, which with the 128,000 students that you're serving. Happy to hear the YLPC Council Senate election coming up and continue to elevate student voices for our adult trustee here and staff to gain input, and also the student success, echoing Trustee Atlaw with your sharing. Always one of the best evening for us celebrating student success. And thanks, Natalia, for recognizing the Red Dress event. As a community, we continue to learn about the Indigenous. The reconciliation process is an ongoing process and journey for every one of us here. So thank you for the sharing. Thank you to all three of you. And with that said, we will move along to Ontario Public School Board Association report. I'd like to recognize Trustee Mahmood and Trustee Dr. Elizabeth Sinclair to provide any update. Please go ahead. Trustee Mahmood.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On behalf of myself and Dr. Sinclair, here is a short summary of the activities of OPSPA. The OPSPA Board of Directors held a meeting in Toronto on May 2nd and 3rd. Myself and Dr. Sinclair attended that meeting. On the evening of May 2nd, Ontario Education Services Corporation, known as OESC, Executive Director Ted Doherty, he joined the meeting to discuss the OESC services and resources which they offer to different school boards. In addition to this, Dr. Daniel Washkafi, our Ontario's Associate Chief Medical Officer of Health, provided an update on the Ontario measles outbreak. Ongoing measles transmission Ontario is impacting multiple public health units, and details were shared with the members of the board. He noted that 98% of the cases are unimmunized and primarily affecting health units in southwestern Ontario. In response to the current outbreak, in addition to the routine immunization, some public health units are also offering early doses of measles vaccines, and they are going to look into the options where school boards can be of help as well. OPSPA First Vice President Catherine Perros, she announced her resignation. A by-election for the position of First Vice President will be held at the regularly scheduled annual meeting on June 13th. And nominations are open and they'll be accepted till May 14th. Similarly, a call for nominations for Indigenous Trustee Council, Black Trustee Caucus, and Regional Council positions were also sent to all the trustees across that, and those elections will also be held on June 13th at the AGM in Niagara-on-the-Lake. During the meeting, proposed policy resolutions from member boards which will be voted on at June annual meeting. They were discussed. Updates to the OPSPA's trustee expense policy and annual budget for 25-26 OPSPA budget was also approved. OPSPA staff has been exploring partnership options for group benefits for trustees. A formalized partnership is expected by the end of May 2025. The provincial budget is expected to be released on May 15th. A new broader public service procurement restriction policy is now in effect, restricting school board and public entities from procuring goods and services from the U.S. businesses as a response to the U.S. tariff on Canadian products and services. OPSPA has heard from several school boards about support for the Team Canada approach in response to the tariffs and has shared this sentiment with the Ministry of Education at the same time. OPSPA continues to advocate for an end to the pupil accommodation review moratorium. OPSPA staff has been engaged in a series of meetings seeking to build consensus among relevant stakeholders on the need for the moratorium on the pupil accommodation reviews to end. On April 3rd, staff hosted OPSPA's annual in-person communication officer meeting in Toronto with more than 40 communication staff from member school boards and French school boards attending. The program for this valuable networking and professional development opportunity involved a variety of interactive sessions on constructive discussion strategies, mental health, OPSPA's government relationship policy and communication strategies, and a QA with new Globe and Mail education reporter Dave McKinn. As of the BOD meeting on May 3rd, a date for the release of 25-26 core education funding had not been provided by the Ministry. An Indigenous Trustees Council, ITC, they had a meeting on April 10th. Topics of significance including Jordan's principal funding cuts, upcoming OPSPA and ITC elections, and adding Indigenous trustees to more school boards were discussed. 2 learning opportunities stemming from the ITC will be brought to the trustees at the 2025 annual meeting. A sunrise ceremony will be conducted by DSB Ontario Northeast Trustee Howard Archibald on the first day of the meeting. OPSPA is actively involved in poverty reduction advocacy, curriculum review, and accessibility efforts, with many school boards showing strong efforts to make changes despite ongoing funding challenges. The BTC, the Black Trustees Caucus, met on February 10th and March 27th, discussing the importance of Black graduation coaches, professional development on anti-Black racism in education, funding for data collection, and the impact of the new Integrity Commissioner or Trustees Code of Conduct regulations on Black trustees. The Dreams Delayed report was also discussed with a focus on responsibilities of duty holders such as school boards and communications with boards regarding next steps. On the local board, school board governance, as we all know that the Ministry of Education has announced plans to establish a roster for Integrity Commissioner and will consult OPSPA through the Policy Development Work Group once timing has been confirmed. Professional development for trustees is underway through the OESC, Essential Governance 2025 program, with a completion deadline extending to August 31st, 2025. The 2025 OPSA Awards nomination period has closed and there were 61 submissions received, and the award selection committee has met on April 30th and reviewed all the nominations. Last two items which I would like to bring to attention, one of them is Take Your MPP, the school week, which is May 20th to 23rd. All the trustees are encouraged to take part in this program and try to bring their local MPPs to the schools and then consult that so that they can see the first-hand impact of the stuff which goes on in the schools as well. 2025 OPSPA annual meeting and conference, June 12th to 14th will be held, and it will be held this time in Queen's Landing Hotel, Niagara-on-the-Lake, for the 3 days of this conference. And that is it from me, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mahmood, for the very, very comprehensive update from the provincial level to our district school board. A lot of censure happening, and what I'm hearing locally is that I myself, as some trustee, is working on Take Your MPP to school with some of our superintendents, so thank you very much. And we have the AGM coming up, and particularly we also have some homework over the summer to complete from the ministry mandate that we have to finish quite a few courses mandatory through the new regulations. So thank you for all those updates, and this is all in our trustee email and trustee portal. So I appreciate that, the update from the provincial level through OPSPA. And thank you and Dr. Sinclair. And I also want to recognize Trustee Butterworth, also in the education policy. Are you also in? No long? Okay, thank you very much for the advocacy on behalf of school board at OPSPA. Moving along to, we have Director's Information Report. The chair would like to recognize Mr. Director. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I begin my report, I'm pleased to share that a number of items that were in my report have been reported on by student trustees and trustees. So I will give the abbreviated version of some of those matters. But I'm very, very pleased that all of us saw fit to include the information. With our focus on student achievement, I'd like to share some information about our primary literacy learning networks. You know, with the screening tool that's been rolled out by the ministry this year, York Region District School Board's culturally relevant and responsive primary literacy teachers work in each elementary school and directly in our primary classes to provide interventions to students who require additional support in foundational literacy skills. These educators are a part of the networks where they work with team members from curriculum and instructional services and student services, refining instructional practices and exploring innovative evidence-based strategies that are brought back to the classrooms and the school teams for our students. Regional primary itinerant literacy intervention teachers are part of the special project between curriculum and student services, supporting kindergarten to grade 2 classrooms in a literacy-focused schools. These schools are part of a network learning series where school teams engage in literacy content focused on removing barriers for students with disabilities. Curriculum and instructional services and student services work in partnership in an interdepartmental approach to embed practical learning about effective literacy instruction and assessment practice that are responsive to the early reading screening data that we've been speaking of. This is in alignment with the board's goal to eliminate identity-based disproportionalities in achievement, well-being, graduation, and post-secondary outcomes. The board recently held a 2-day professional learning opportunity focused on de-streaming in math. The learning engaged teams from 114 elementary schools, including 1 intermediate teacher and 1 special ed resource teacher from each school. Educators explored key de-streaming principles, examined practices requiring disruption, and collaborated to build capacity in fostering equitable and effective math instruction for all learners. In addition, school administrators participated in targeted sessions focused on understanding their leadership role in supporting these de-streaming efforts, and the professional learning was collaboratively planned and delivered by Curriculum and Instructional Service Department as part of the interdepartmental de-streaming coordination team. As our student trustees shared a little bit of information about our digital literacy update, on April 25th, members of the digital literacy team met with the York Region President's Council to discuss artificial intelligence. This is taking place across the educational sector, and the York Region District School Board is no different. York Region District School Board is leading in many ways with this, and valuable insights from our student trustees and leaders about their understanding and usage and concerns with AI were discussed. As we are all aware, our students are on the front end of engagement with artificial intelligence, and we learn greatly from them. Surveys completed by almost 100 students will be used in helping design guidelines for student artificial intelligence usage in the near future, and we look forward to embracing that in our instruction and assessment in our everyday use. On the celebration front, our museum and archives, April 25th, Rebecca Mitchell attended the Lieutenant Governor's Ontario Heritage Award for Community Leadership, which recognizes institutions and initiatives that develop and enrich a culture of conservation in their community. To accept the board's contribution to the Markham Museum and the York Region District School Board Museum and Archives Standing in the Doorway exhibit. Also, the Museum Archives team has worked with approximately 33 secondary history teachers around upcoming changes to the curriculum, including updates to instruction around Black history. We understand and are thrilled that they hosted the group at the Heritage Schoolhouse with the topic of elevating Black history in secondary history programming. Today was exceptional. Trustee Law spoke about his visit yesterday to the Ontario Skills Trades. I had the opportunity today to visit at the Congress Center in Toronto, where York Region District School Board students qualified and were successful in competing at the provincial level for Ontario Skilled Trades. As part of creating Pathways to Success program, our Curriculum and Instructional Services has made experiential learning opportunities available to students in grade 7 and 8 in collaboration with Humber College, Georgian College, and Centennial College. Participating students have had the opportunity to engage in hands-on learning experience that explore careers in the skilled trades and technologies, while also helping to navigate educational pathways as they plan for their transition to secondary and post-secondary education. College instructors, college students engage students in a variety of activities designed to raise awareness of the programs and opportunities available at each college. Some of the activities included building 3-way electrical switches, exploring gas heating appliances, learning about renewable energy, and taking part in workshops focused on plumbing, electrical, welding, and small engines. These college visits also help teachers identify ways to incorporate career exploration with trades-related skills through a collaborative inquiry model, and these visits are scheduled to wrap up this month. In addition to this, we recently hosted the Minister of Education with our York Region District School Board team at Centennial College, exploring the qualification of our students for the Ontario Skilled Trades. And it was a great demonstration and display by our students and staff of their learning throughout the school year in celebration, but also in competition. And as that culminated today at the Ontario Skilled Trades competition for the province. As we turn the calendar to spring and the trees start to come out, so does EQAO. Grade 9 math, EQAO spring administration, we're planning for that, as well as grade 3 and 6 EQAO. Specific dates and times will be determined by each school within the calendar individually to fit the best schedules available for delivery. The grade 9 math assessment assesses the math knowledge and skills of students in the Ontario curriculum de-streamed grade 9 course, and the Ministry of Education has mandated that effective this school year that the results of the EQAO grade 9 assessment of math are to be included in the final evaluation of the grade 9 math course for at least up to 10%, as described in the final mark in growing success. And we look forward to those results, and staff are currently working to supporting all students with preparation and support of the assessments. The results are always used to inform and improve instruction and delivery of assessment and instruction. We successfully participated in the federal election, and we had talked about this as we had just come through the provincial election, but a number of our schools were used as polling stations. And we were very pleased to, following the facilitation of the provincial election, voting in YRDSB schools in February, many schools were again selected by Elections Canada for voting last week's federal election. And we greatly appreciate the work and coordination by school and central-based staff to safely facilitate the election process while also continuing to deliver quality programming to our students with a safe environment and hosting polling stations that highlights the role of the democratic process to students, staff, and community members. As our student trustees and trustee law mentioned, I won't go into great detail, but it was a wonderful evening in celebrating student success. We celebrated 20 students. 16 of our student success winners were in regards to their accomplishments across a range of activities and contributions in their schools and across our district. Their names are published on the report. And then, of course, 4 Human Rights Office Ambassador Awards, and the Human Rights Office Ambassador Awards are in their second year in advancing the principles of human rights, equality, diversity, inclusion, and of course, non-discrimination in their schools and communities. I also want to mention the opportunity that I had yesterday to attend the SOTA Athletics and Activities Festival. And for those of you that may not have attended in the past, this is our students of differentiated access that have an athletics and activities festival at Bill Crothers Secondary School. I have to say, the pride of our staff and the work of our staff to facilitate that day and to see the students and the smiles on their faces and the teamwork and the absolute joy that it brings to students and our staff is so heartwarming. And as Director of Education, I can't tell you how proud I was yesterday to see that celebration. It was, I'm going to say, we're very proud, and we always enjoy the applause opportunities and the applause that we have in the boardroom monthly. But yesterday, we had an applause event for a full day at Bill Crothers Secondary School for each and every single one of those students and staff members. And as Director of Education, it is so heartwarming to see the care, and we talk about the culture of care, but the culture of care that staff provide each and every day for those students to be so proud and engaged and feel the joy of learning and the joy of inclusion and the joy of engagement and participation and success. And I just wanted to make sure that we acknowledge that, because it is a full day of applause and it's an exceptional, exceptional day. And just congratulations to the staff and students and families, because the work that goes into the day is exceptional, but it's the work every day that brings it there. And so I just want to say, on behalf of all of us, senior leadership and trustees, it's so incredible, and thank the staff. And I know Coordinating Superintendent House, you can take that information back and we'll share it across the district, but just a wonderful, wonderful day. And with that, Mr. Chair, I'll close off my report. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Director. I'm seeing the from the trustee to the student trustee to the director's report, I recognize the exceptional interdisciplinary effort together as a system, and this is truly remarkable. And I just want to thank everybody for this strong development. And we will continue to do our important work to serve our student body. Moving along, we will go into agenda item number 12 for the approval of the board minutes. The minutes of April 1st, 2025, page 15 to 20 of the agenda package found on of the agenda have been distributed to all trustees. Just want to see if there's any correction to the minutes of the April 1st, 2025. Page 15 to 20 of the agenda package. Seeing none, there are no correction to the minutes. The minutes are approved as presented. Moving along to our routine presentation and minutes from recommendation of board committee. They are all under the routine recommendation. Included on page 21 to 111 of the agenda package are minutes of committee meetings. This routine recommendation are here for our approval as one consent motion. Included in the agenda package, page 21 to 95, Policy and Bylaw Standing Committee, April 1st. Page 97 to page 99, Learning, Equity, and Wellbeing Standing Committee, April 15, 2025. Page 101 to 108, Governance and Board Organization Committee, April 29th, 2025. Last but not least, page 109 to 111, Finance and Property Standing Committee, April 29th, 2025. This routine recommendation are here for our approval as one consent motion. Without objection, the recommendation shall be adopted. Are there any objections, trustees? Without objection, the recommendations are adopted. Thank you very much. Moving along, we have three advisory committee minutes for us, and we are in receipt of this advisory committee on page 113 to 126. Page 113 to 117, CIAT, April 3rd, 2025. Page 119 to 122, PIAT, April 9th, 2025. Page 123 to 126, EAT, April 24th, 2025. If any committee members would like to highlight any of the information, please feel free from CIAT, EAT, and PIAT. When I was going through those minutes, I just want to recognize that the few things. I want to recognize we have the special education plan update. Thank you to staff and trustee participation. From the PIAT, I'd just like to highlight that the digital literacy presentation, that if non-committee trustee member, if you have time, definitely is worthwhile to go to visit. And I just want to congratulate on the EAP newly elected chair, H. Ratman, to the position of the equity and committee chair. Those are the information I just want to highlight for the public and for trustee, and thank you. So we do not need any approval. Tonight, in this May meeting, we do not have new business. Our May and June meeting are on page 127 to 128. Yes, we will still meet a lot, May and June, before July, okay? So get ready for that. Since there's no further business on the adopted agenda, this meeting is adjourned. I wish everyone a very, very good evening, and thank you, staff, members of the public, trustee member, and go Leafs, go! Yes. Thank you.